How's it going, you guys? It's Scott with Everyday Home Repairs, and today I want to show you how to easily install a 4-inch circular junction box in a ceiling like this one, where I'm going to add some more lights to my garage. Maybe it's for a vanity light location, or maybe it's in a wall cavity where you just want to do some accent lighting with some wall scones for some uplighting or downlighting. If I have the option, I actually like to mount a metal box onto a wood stud. Here in our ceiling, my stud buddy, my magnet stud finder, is finding a fastener that's attached to the truss right here. And then I know for my standard truss spacing on this home, we are 24-inch space, so I'd have my other truss here, and this is where I'd like to install my light. So I'm right in the middle of this cavity, and I don't have any structure to tie it onto. Now there's a really cool way to do this that's pretty much set up for DIYers, but first I want to show you, historically I would use a old work 4-inch circular box. So we have our little tabs that are going to secure on the back side of that drywall, and that's what's going to actually hold this box in place. This box is not made for any load like ceiling fans, but just a small light here in the ceiling. I'd put that up to where I'd want it, try to trace that out here on the ceiling so I can get my line that's going to make the 4-inch diameter circle. Maybe I was lucky enough to have actually a 4-inch hole saw that could cut open that hole for me. But often in the past, I'm just using a keyhole saw. I'm going to jam that through the drywall and then just saw my way around that. But again, that's how I used to do it. Let me show you the new way to do it, which I think will be perfect for your projects where you need to get that junction box secured and you do not have a stud or a truss to attach that onto. So this new way to do it is actually to pick up a Southwire Shark Tooth junction box. This thing is awesome, and it actually has teeth built in. So it's not only a junction box, but it is also your hole saw built into the same unit. It has been out for a few years, but it is nice to see some of the companies really pushing the designs and starting to come up with new ideas, especially for DIYers like myself, which this is going to save a ton of time. So my weapon of choice here is just a simple cordless drill. That's going to be preferred over an impact driver. I'm going to go speed setting 1. I have a 9/16 socket. That will fit right into the shark tooth box, and then you can position it right in the center. But before I do that, I do want to note, you could also pick yourself up a dust bowl, which is going to really help capture that drywall dust and debris. But either way, don't forget you're going to need your eye protection. As always, link below this video in the description. You'll find the dust bowl and also the Southwire Shark Tooth box in our electrical section of our Everyday Home Repairs Amazon store. But without further ado, it is time to cut a hole. So let me know what you guys think. Have you had experience with the Shark Tooth box? Has it worked out for you? This was a little bit of a test. I forgot, this is not 1/2 inch. I have 5/8 of an inch drywall in my garage, so it wore down those shark teeth compared to that new quite a bit. But with a little negotiating, I was still able to cut a nice clean hole, and then we could easily mount that box. Now, if you guys want to avoid a very common mistake DIYers make when doing electrical, check out this video right here. And if you want to see the rest of this project where I actually get power from another fixture and bring it over to the box, check out the video right here. But thanks for joining me today, and I'll catch you on those next videos. Take care.